Member for Mackay. Mr. Speaker, the Conservative government is planning cuts to the Department of National Defence. But some won't be affected while the minister and his staff travel across the country at taxpayers' expense. Employees in the department are being shown the door. Can the minister confirm to this House that it won't simply be employees who will have to tighten their belts? The Honourable Minister of National Defence.
As I said, Mr. Speaker, I'm very proud of the work of the Canadian Forces. I've observed the work that they do in Operation Nook in the Arctic. I've observed search and rescue activities. I've observed, Mr. Speaker, live fire operations, as have members of the opposition who take part in the parliamentary Canadian Forces program, Mr. Speaker. What I can confirm is that all government departments are looking at their departments for efficiencies, as Canadians would expect them to do, as Canadians and businesses themselves are doing, Mr. Speaker.
Good job. The Honourable Member for Mackay. Mr. Speaker, there is advice being provided here's some advice for the government, and I won't charge $90,000 a day. Start by tightening the belts for your ministers. The Prime Minister is travelling commercially, the Prime Minister of the UK. Why aren't our ministers doing what they are attempting to do in their departments by reducing their extravagant expenditures, like using SAR aircraft for their personal travels, like the Minister of Defence did? The Honourable Minister of National Defence.
The parliamentary program put on by the Canadian Forces every year has the enthusiastic participation of members of Parliament, including members of the opposition. I note the member from Abitibi-Temiskaming took part this year in the program that was put on by the Air Force. I suspect she may have availed herself of a Canadian Forces asset at that time. Mr. Speaker, this is a great opportunity for members of Parliament to see firsthand the important, critical, life-saving work that the men and women of uniform perform each and every day on behalf of our country.